UltrA showing that he's the superior player out of the two. And now he's going to be going up against Gosudark, so the winner of the first map, the first PvP we had in Group B, and it's going to be in Power Bond again.
Well, Terran, our Terran player UltrA has already prepped for this matchup. He's already won one PvT or TVP, so now he's got TVP number 2 coming his way. But this is against Gosudark, who is maybe a little bit more aggressive. So we'll see how he handles that. He already is a very safe player, at least from what we've seen, so maybe that will continue.
Yeah, I'm expecting a conservative opening from UltrA again. It definitely seemed to work out for him. But I don't suppose he's going to go for a similar all-in this time. Obviously, it will depend based on like what he scouts and how the game goes. But I don't think it's a build you want to pull out every single game. You know, it feels like it's only going to work once in a while, not every single time. So definitely not something you need to or you should rely on. Definitely need other builds in the bag.
Yeah. For sure. Well, our first game is going to be on Power Bond. I guess it's a best of one, so our only game is going to be on Power Bond between these two players. Gosudark facing off against his, I don't want to say countryman, but his continent man.
Continent man.
Something like that. UltrA, I'm ready to go, so let's get into our winners match to find out which player will be the first one to advance out of Group B. Okay, so here we are. The map is Power Bond, and we are in the upper left-hand corner in the yellow to introduce our player Gosudark.
And his opponent in the top the 6 o'clock position at the bottom of the map here is UltrA, playing as the Orange Terran, having just proved his TVP prowess against Favorite.
Yeah.
We'll see if that comes to fruition again in this particular matchup. Yeah,
I mean, I would say that there's a lot of difference between the Protoss players that UltrA is playing against, but I'll just have to see. Obviously, at the very beginning of the game, unless you're going for some super crazy rush, we're probably going to be okay. So let's keep an eye on things for. I'm trying to remember. It was Terror that had that hidden base earlier against Seriosity.
Yeah,
it didn't work. It didn't wind up working out, like kind of paying for itself, but I still love the idea. I hope we get a chance to see something like that again. But for UltrA, I think he's just going to play this super defensively once again.
Well, this is a considerably smaller map than Gladiator, so perhaps sneaking a base isn't as easy to do, isn't as easy to pull off. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see, but as I was saying, I'm expecting a conservative Terran style, a conservative Terran opening. The way he opened up at the first map, it certainly looked like the build that Laokan was going for. So the two factory, third command center, +2/+1 push out at like 14-15 minutes in. But it turned out to be something completely different, completely, unorthodox. A 7 factory, all-in build that completely raised the Protoss, like completely wiped his entire natural, and then allowed the Terran player to close out the game. And as I was saying, it's not something that you pull out every single time. So I'm expecting that conservative 2 factory build out of the Terran player here. But it's obviously going to change depending on what he scouts. Everything that he's done so far is identical to how he did it in the first game. He's sending out the SCV at the exact same timing into the exact same location. He's got the exact same wall at the ramp. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what he chooses to do based on what he scouts.
Yeah, so as far as scouting comes, here's our first indication. He's gonna see the gateway. It's not extremely forward or nothing out of the ordinary. Sees the Cypher Core warping in, so yeah, business as usual. And on the other side, the probe does get denied. So no information there. And same setup on the bottom of the ramp here. So we are just going to be able to copy paste UltrA's start from the last game into this game because it looks to be exactly the same.
Yeah, so we've got a Zealot coming across the map. It's probably going to try and apply a little bit of pressure, but UltrA has this wall. He's confidently going to be able to micro his Marines against that particular Zealot. Even the placement of the factory, I think it's identical to how he placed it. Maybe 1 pixel to the right, because it feels like it was a little bit closer to the center of the map, but center of the base. But yeah, everything that Ultra has done this game is identical to what he did against Favorite. He's got 3 Marines again. He stopped Marine production here. This Zealot is not going to be able to do anything. Not going to be able to accomplish anything on the other side of the map. And yeah, we're going to see a CC being built by the Terran player as well. A machine shop coming down. So it feels like the ball is in the in the Protoss players team.
Yes.
Court. There we go.
we got there eventually.
We got there eventually, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm starting to feel. This is the first BSL that I'm coming back to after a little bit of a break between them, and so it's been a while since I've had to like wake up super early in the morning.
Yeah, it must be rough. What time is it in Reno?
It's about 4:40 a.m. here.
4:40.
So I'm still trying to, kind of feeling it a little bit. So I don't blame you. Anyway. We're getting back into the game. We're finally trying to break through the wall here. The Dragoon enabling this, trying to target down these SCVs. Marine's not targeting the Dragoon wisely enough, trying to take out the Zealot because of the high DPS. Second Dragoon coming up though. All these Marines not looking so hot.
Yeah, it's getting a bit sketchy here. The first tank is about to pop out, but there's 2 Dragoons here. Not quite high DPS, but I don't think they're going to be able to break this. Yeah, but they've still dealt a considerable amount of damage. That was a couple of Marines. I think an SCV went down as well. You also had to factor in the fact that the Terran player had to spend money repairing supply depots, and it all adds up. It all adds up.
Yeah, and more than anything, killing off the Marines like that means that if the player pushes across the map, the function of the Marine, like they're not there to deal damage, but they buffer, because they do deal DPS if you don't kill them, but they are very easy to kill, so usually they don't. So the idea is that you need them to buffer for your tanks and vultures in the back. So now if you're going to do a push with a bunch of Marines, you just can't do it because you don't have any. So you've got to spend that money, that time, resources, rebuilding them if you want to do anything with them. And Gosudark's also going to be able to see exactly when you move out with those Dragoons. So he is doing okay. But what is Gosudark doing in the upper right-hand corner of the map?
He's being sneaky. That's what he's doing. He's putting down a pylon. We haven't seen any other structures being put down just yet. Oh, there we go. We've got 2 Stargates.
Da, da. Okay, all right. You think you're so fancy. I mean, probably not going to be scouted, but...
I would be surprised. I would be surprised if that was scouted.
Although I would say, if I lost to this once, there's a high chance I randomly scout the opposite base in, a few games when I'm playing.
I'd like to point out one thing, and that is UltrA sticks to his game plan. Look at the positioning of the tanks. It's identical to how he actually positioned those units in the first game. One in that exact location at the top of the cliff, one at the center of the ramp. So he definitely follows a certain blueprint that he's prepared for this particular map against this particular race. And yeah, we've got a fleet beacon in the top right. We're going to be seeing those carrier boys coming out sooner than later.
Take that, Terran ability to scan. Can't scan everywhere. Watch him just like scan right there and snipe it out. That'd be a little bit insane. Imagine that.
Yeah. But we are casting from a replay, so.
Yeah. So I mean,
there's no talk of foul play.
That's right. It's already happened, unless there's a universe in which the past and the present are the same, and then it would be happening simultaneously. But that's not what we're doing now.
Keep your wig on, Dr. Strange.
I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta consider.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah.
No. Yeah, and stuff. Okay, so as far as the game goes, we got the carriers coming out, and if you can surprise your opponent, this is only two Stargates, so you're not going to have six carriers is like the magic number. So it's going to take 3 rounds instead of 2 rounds if there were 3 Stargates. That's how math works. So what I'm saying is it might take a little bit longer to reach that critical mass of carriers before you pull the trigger. So what's Ultra's trigger that he is going to pull in order to do something this game? I don't know if he has one because he plays so defensively that unless he's really vigilant, and a snipe on that scouting SCV, Gosudark is going to keep UltrA in the dark.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to find out about what his opponent is doing. He's scanning now, but I'm not sure whether... All right, he landed one scan in the main base, but only saw one gateway. And so that definitely wasn't a money scan.
No.
Well...
Sometimes, and this is kind of a hallmark of like ultra super mega pro players, is that they learn almost as much by what they do see as they learn by what they don't see.
Yeah, that's true, because he actually scanned the location where you would have your gateways normally.
Right.
Like, there's no reason to put your gateways like in the top part of your base because it makes macroing harder. So maybe you're onto something, yeah.
I was super hopeful that he was going to immediately throw down an armory. And I was like, well, he's already got one, but, you know.
Yeah, but he's adding more factories, so I think he knows that it's something, you know, a bit dodgy.
Yeah, and he does have a starport coming up as well, and an additional armory, so what I said is basically going to come to fruition. Oh, and I love how he's moving the carriers to the absolute corner, as if you left them over the Stargates, it would somehow bamboozle the Terran player.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see till like at what point does UltrA pull the trigger? Exactly what you were saying, but yeah, he knows it's carriers. He's making Goliaths. He knows. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, what a god! And because, like I said, it's 2 Stargate, not 3, you're gonna hit the 6 carrier, breaking point much slower. So I think, yeah, three more factories on the way. Wow, UltrA, so smart.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like carriers are particularly strong on this map. Like there aren't that many ledges that you can abuse. It doesn't feel like it. Maybe you can get the one over the natural. So if Gosudark actually gets into the Terran natural before the Terran player moves out, then maybe he's going to be able to do some damage. He's scanning now. Oh, let me check. Yeah, he's scanned in the top right, but he missed. And he actually scanned in the bottom left as well, but completely missed all the hidden tech. There's another gate, another Stargate going up in the top right, so he's really doubling down on his carry production.
I love how the entire Protoss army has been produced out of an average of 2 gateways. I think he's up to 3 now, but
yeah.
These carriers just take forever to build.
How many does he have now? He's got
4. He just produced the second 2, so good luck, my dude. I mean, although I will say that out of all of the extra factories, he has not produced Goliaths.
Oh yeah, he's actually stopped producing Goliaths.
Yeah, he has 2.
Oh wow,
which is not enough.
No, he's got 4, but still, that's not enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so ideally, if he did scout this, so he never actually scouted it, right? Oh, look, he's splitting vultures. I love this. So the idea is if you don't know what's going on, get something out there that shows you. So I thought he was going to maybe make that scouting wraith or whatever, but obviously that's not that great. And so he's sending this vulture scouting around. Will it find the hidden carriers?
Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close.
Da, 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 da,
no. No way.
No. Oh, he was looking for bases. This is so sick.
Oh, this is going to be such a heartbreak when he finds out.
I love it.
He's still making vultures. You're a monster, Rapid. You're a monster. This is.
But like, you have to know. There's supposed to be a bunch of Protoss stuff out there, and it's just not out there.
Well, yeah. He's still
like, where's the Protoss army? It's just non-existent. He actually did wind up building that 3rd gate, or Stargate. So he is going to be going up to 7 carriers here.
Oh, wow. When he finally finds out, and it's like 7 carriers. Riddle me this, Mr. Rapid. Yeah. Who wins? 7 carriers or 4 Goliaths? And 2 Marines?
Well,
2 Marines.
To be honest, Ziggy, like, the fact that UltrA hasn't done anything this game is also not, terribly great. So, like, the one way to force your opponent to show you what he has is to do something. And UlTRA's not doing anything. So he doesn't... Like, he could do more to figure out what's going on here, and he's just not. Oh, look, it's try number 2. Where's this vulture going to go? Is he going to scout it? No!
Oh, my God.
He misses it twice.
He's just on patrol. He's patrolling.
Oh, it is on patrol. Oh, wow. That's a good catch, but Not good enough.
Oh, what a heartbreak. The Terran in me is crying.
Here we go. We got 7 carriers. Oh, and he's going for 3 more, so this is going to be 10 carriers. I think he knows that he's successfully pulled the wool over his opponent's eyes, and that Ultra's not going to do anything. And when I started playing Brood War for the very first time, this is the way I played. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what the potential is, and so my opponent would just like mass up and kill me. This feels like kind of the same idea. Ultra's just not comfortable like pressing his any advantage that he has, because right now, and for the most of the game, his ground army has been infinitely superior. But now there's 10 carriers, so good luck.
Yeah, you definitely need to pull the trigger much earlier against carriers. You need to prevent them from snowballing. When there's like 7, when there's 10, you're not going to be able to stop that.
Okay, so he finally figured it out. He's got 4 Goliaths on the way, and turrets are about to start because he just finished that eBay. So I think it's time, dude. Like 7 carriers is enough, right? Like that's pretty good.
You don't actually build turrets against carriers. You don't want to do that because they're weak. They're like too weak. You want to mass Goliaths.
Okay, well,
at least that's
obviously
what I've been led to believe.
Okay.
But yeah,
I just wanted any anti-air, but you're right. Goliaths are obviously what you want, not what you have here. So I think you were right. It's not a very good carrier map just in general, but I think just having randomly 10 carriers is probably going to be okay. Yeah,
obviously. I was just pointing out that you can't really abuse carriers in a traditional sense on this particular map, but the fact that he managed to hide them for that long, well, he obviously knows about them now. There's like 10 carriers floating across the map, and there's 4 Goliaths here.
Yeah, now don't throw away your Dragoons just yet, my dude. Like obviously we're gonna run in here. He's actually gonna lose a carrier to focus fire, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's gonna lose a carrier here. So that was kind of careless or carrierless. He might actually lose 2 carriers here, because once again, this is not a good carrier map. Although I will say that the complete lack of Goliaths now is maybe worth it.
Yeah, there's absolutely no chance of beating this army. He's making 7 Goliaths at a time, but it might be a bit too late. There's like, what, 7 carriers here? 8 carriers.
Well, the thing is, like, carriers don't win the game. Like they just because you built the carrier doesn't mean you win the game instantly. Like, it's not like Exodia. Like, you will have to actually kill your... Yeah, because like you don't have to do anything with Exodia. You get it and you win. But with carriers, you do have to do a thing with them. And so there is opportunity cost that limits their effectiveness. For instance, right now, he wants to kill this army, but he can't actually kill the army because it's just everywhere. So he's going to lose his natural expansion and his third.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. This is getting out of control here. Gosudark falling below 90 supply. He's lost another carrier here. Like, he had 10. Now he has 7. So this is really quite careless control from the Protoss player, and it feels like the Terran might actually catch up in terms of like how many Goliaths. They're gonna get caught in the center of the map, and as I said, there's no way to hide behind the ledge. One more going to get focused down, another one being clicked on by the Goliaths. UltrA still has a chance. He might actually take this. He's got more Goliaths coming out.
Yeah, it's going to go from careless control to carrierless control. If he doesn't control these, maybe a little bit better. Anyway, so he has a grand total of, what is this, 5, 6 something Goliaths? I don't know.
6 carriers against like
or
Goliaths. Yeah.
Okay, or carriers, yes. And he actually can't reach the only pylon that's powering everything back here. Can he? Yeah, he's just going to target down that pylon. And the one carrier, like one carrier DPS is just not that much. So good luck. He actually has a second carrier that's not doing anything, just idle right beside it. So...
The carriers are going to get caught in the natural of the Protoss player. Oh no, UltrA is actually moving back, but he could kill those carriers there. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
Army. One going to get focused down.
How do you get, man, 10 carriers?
How do you lose with 10 carriers against 4 Goliaths? That is...
Man.
Well.
That's you know, just when you think you've seen it all, you get, wow. BSL does. That's all I gotta say. It really does, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It seems like it. So UltrA is now up on 4 bases. He's got +2, +1. Yeah, I think this game's over. The Protoss player's down to 1 base. His Stargates are not powered. There's literally no way to get a probe across the map. He's trying to retake his natural, but yeah, I mean, well, that was about as anticlimactic as it could have been.
I was gonna say, what did we watch this game, Ziggy? We watched a Terran player sit in his base and do nothing.
Yeah,
we watched
like
a
50
Protoss
minutes.
player proxy 2 starports or Stargates, not 3, and spend the entire game building up 10 carriers. And then, like was this like No Rush 50 or something? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, wow, I'm still trying to process it. I'm still trying to decide what is more anticlimactic. 10 carriers losing to 4 Goliaths, or Curiosity just deciding, all right, this is where I die, and running headlong into the into Terra's army. Oh, wow, a bit of a disappointment here. I said it would be a heartbreak for the Terran player when he finds out that there's 10 carriers. But it turns out, yeah, he just smirked and said, wow, thanks for the free game.
Yeah, the Terran's ability to build units is truly its greatest asset.
Yeah, a useful talent to you have.
Yeah, oh, certainly. Which is, you would originally assume is building carriers, but not in this case.
The tables have been flipped.
Yes, how they have turned.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so now we get to watch carriers kind of do what Curiosity did and run straight into the Terran army and die. So here we go. It begins. They're not even all full on interceptors.
Yeah, you're right. He's rebuilding.
Yeah, rebuilding like.
Army.
Okay. And he will finally lose all of his buildings in the upper right that built the carrier. So
Yep.
This is it. He's got 6 carriers and a dream against Infinity Goliath.
Well, sometimes it's all you need, but not this time.
Yeah, no, not this time. No, indeed does not. So here we go. Let's watch. I mean, the carriers are not terrible, but he's not going to be able to rebuild interceptors as quickly as he's losing them. So
He has 12 minerals. 12.
now it's 20.
Oh, yeah, it's going up.
Yeah, he'll be able to afford to build an interceptor here pretty soon. There it is. He built an interceptor.
Nice.
Yeah, and now he's
I
out
can't
of
help
it.
but feel that you need more than one. If there's like 5 turrets and 20 Goliaths.
My question is, what is Gosudark doing with 300 APM?
Oh, yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, son? Oh, my God. You're right. But, I mean, he's trying his best. It's BSL.
I feel like this is exactly a Protoss player. It's like, has 300 APM, but like...
It's like literally every Protoss player meet on ladder.
There's a meme here. Somebody can find it.
We're gonna come up with it. Yeah.
I mean, look, Gosudark is pressing the attack.
There's 5 probes in the natural, and they're just about to get sniped by a Ultra run by, and we're still somehow in this game.
I was wondering that about our last game too.
Yeah. Maybe the replay is bugged.
You only get one. Not all the replays can be bugged. No matter how many times we restart this, it's still going to look the same way. I think this is just about it, right? I mean, the main base is in shambles. So what? You take out a base with your carriers. Like, they're all going to die eventually. Here we go!
He's not going to take it out. He's run out. He's literally run out of interceptors. He doesn't have any money.
Yep,
to remake.
that is going to do it.
Oh, my.
These are flying paperweights right now. They're very expensive do-nothing machines. So everything's dead, and that means that we are going to be going on to our losers match next because UltrA will be our first player to advance out of Group B. Oh, he actually built 8 cloaked wraiths as well at the very end, so you get the bonus points.
I just didn't want to rub it in.
He did.
Obviously, yeah, clearly.
By the way, if I didn't kill you with my Infinity Goliaths, I could also kill you with all of my cloaked wraiths. So you know, you're gonna be okay. Wow. Well, not safe for Protoss, and maybe for players who like to have something happen in the first 10 minutes of the game. But you know, wow, at least you can go to sleep. You can close your eyes and say, tonight I saw something new, because I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, you go to sleep knowing that there are no carriers in your closet because UltrA killed literally every single one. You don't have to worry about carriers in your closet.
There are no
under
more.
Your bed.
Players gonna build carriers in other games and they're gonna pop out and die just because that's how many carriers UltrA killed. Wow.
That was wow. Yeah, I'm struggling to process some of the things we've seen today, and I feel like there's more to come. Because
This is
there's
your BSL
PvPs.
initiation. These are just the kind of games that happen, man. Nobody knows. It could be anything. I've just seen some of the strangest things in the world here. This is my thing, like, you know, Brood War's been out for what, like 10 years or 20 years now, and I'm just like,
21.
how are new things still happening? It just boggles the mind.
Well, you mean like the new mechanic stuff you keep finding on Korean YouTubes and such, like the way you micro drop ships, the one on the bottom goes quicker, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, what was it? What was the thing that you do so that you have? I remember watching a Firebat Hero video about instant acceleration. Oh yeah, that thing. It works for mutas too, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's super sick because you get instant acceleration. You don't have to like speed up, which is huge for dropships.
I'm not even sure how to do it, to be honest. I don't because there was a new Vulture mine. Like a reliable way to get mines down quicker and to have the vultures move out after or move away. After
yeah, because you cancel the animation essentially, or the lag.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how to do that as well.
Oh, I don't know either.
Yeah, there's
also,
plenty of things that keep being figured out. Yeah.
Crazy. Like it wasn't until recently people figured out you could merge a High Templar with a hallucinated High Templar. Like, how do you figure that out 20 years later?
Yeah. Or the stack recall. That's another thing.
Yeah,
that's
tons
good.
of stuff.
I mean, that
we didn't even talk about the players that are coming up next.